You're probably dehydrated right now. And I don't mean a little tired. I mean your brain physically is smaller than it was this morning.
Studies show that just 1% dehydration, the amount you lose just by breathing foam, triggers measurable shrinkage in your brain's gray matter.
And here's what nobody is talking about. This isn't a hydration tip. This is a cognitive performance crisis.
In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening inside your skull every single day, Han. And it's going to change the way you think about water forever. Here's a wild number to start us off. 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. Not occasionally, chronically, every single day, as a baseline state of being. And we've somehow convinced ourselves that coffee counts, that soda counts, that the cucumber slices in your lunch salad count. Spoiler, it doesn't. But here's the part that actually keeps me up at night. Most chronically dehydrated people never feel thirsty. That's the terrifying part.
Your thirst mechanism palate, it's the last thing to trigger. By the time you feel thirsty, you are already cognitively compromised. Your thirst mechanism palate, it's the last thing to trigger. By the time you feel thirsty, you are already cognitively compromised.
So what actually happens, like mechanically, biologically, Ado, what is going on inside your head right now if you haven't had enough water today?
Yeah.
Your brain is 73% water, not mostly water. 73%.
Every single cognitive function, memory, focus, decision-making, emotional regulation too, runs on a system that is essentially a biological saltwater network. Pull the water out, and the whole thing degrades. Your neurons are wrapped in something called myelin sheaths. When you're properly hydrated, signals travel down your neurons at up to 120 meters per second. When you're dehydrated, the insulation degrades. The signal slows. Your thoughts, physically per grates, travel slower.
But I said shrinks. Let's actually talk about that word. Because it's not a metaphor.
Your brain has fluid-filled spaces called ventricles. They cushion and protect your neural tissue. When you're chronically dehydrated, those spaces expand. And when they expand, the brain tissue itself has to compress, to pull inward, to shrink.
Researchers at King's College London scanned the brains of dehydrated athletes. They found significant reductions in gray matter volume. Now I know what you're thinking, Berg. These were athletes. They were sweating for hours. Fair. But here's the uncomfortable part.
You don't have to run a marathon to cross that 1 to 2% dehydration threshold. Sitting in an air-conditioned office, you're losing water. Sleeping for 8 hours, you wake up dehydrated, Tade, every morning without exception. Staring at a screen for 3 hours.
Your body is working harder than you think. Most people hit that cognitive impairment threshold before 10 a.m. Most people cognitively compromise before 10 a.m. I want you to feel this, not just know it.
Yeah.
So here's where I want you to actually feel this moe, not just understand it intellectually. A study from the University of East London found that people who drank water before cognitive tasks performed 14% faster
On those tasks. Not sharper thinking, not more creative, just flat out 14% faster.
That's not a supplement. That's not a $60 nootropic stack. That's not a biohacking protocol. That's a glass of water. Another study pod, and this one genuinely rattled me, found that even mild dehydration altered mood. We're talking about losing less than a single Coke can's worth of water from your entire body.
Less than 1 Coke can of fluid loss results in mood and focus impaired.
Less than a Coke can.
Yeah.
Now think about your average day. Maybe it's 9:30 a.m. You haven't had a single glass of water.
Yeah.
Your brain has already spent 8 hours without any fluid intake while you slept. And then you genuinely wonder why your 10 a.m. meeting feels impossible, why you can't remember what you just read, why everything just feels harder than it should.
It's not a motivation problem. It's not a mindset problem. It's not even a sleep problem. It's a hydration problem.
Because hydration. But here's where this gets actually controversial. And I want you to sit with this one. The 8 glasses a day rule, it's largely made up. There is no universal scientific consensus on that number. It came from a 1945 Food and Nutrition Board report that was misread and misquoted for 80 years.
The actual line said most of your daily water intake comes from food. That part got quietly erased from the cultural memory.
But here's where this gets actually controversial. And I want you to sit with this one.
And now here's the part that will get me in the comments. Can you drink too much water? Yes, overhydration is real. It's called hyponatremia.
Dangerously low sodium caused by drinking too much water too fast. It's rare, but it's real, and it can be fatal. So the answer isn't just drink more. It's drink smarter.
But here's the thing that genuinely bothers me about this entire conversation. We have a society that is collectively, measurably, cognitively underperforming.
Making worse decisions, feeling more anxious, struggling to focus, burning out faster.
And we are spending billions of dollars on productivity apps, optimization hacks, biohacking supplements, brain pills, mindfulness courses.
And the baseline fix, the absolute foundation that every single one of those solutions is built on top of, might literally be water. Right. Drop that in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. But here's the thing that genuinely bothers me about this entire conversation. We have a society that is collectively, measurably, cognitively underperforming.
Making worse decisions, feeling more anxious, struggling to focus, burning out faster. And we are spending billions of dollars, on productivity apps, optimization hacks, Bibles, supplements, brain pills, mindfulness courses, and the baseline fix, the absolute every single one of those solutions is built on top of, might literally be water. Drop that in the comments and tell me I'm wrong.
Your brain is the only organ in your body that you cannot replace, transplant, or truly repair once the damage occurs, and we treat it like it's indestructible.
We fuel it with caffeine. We deprive it of sleep. We deprive it of sleep. We flood it with information and stimulation every waking hour, and we forget consistently, daily, habitually to give it the one thing it needs above everything else. The version of you that is sharper, calmer, more creative, more focused, more patient with the people you love.
That version might already exist. It might just be waiting for you to drink a glass of water.
Before you click away, Kendate, I want to ask you something. Think about the last time you felt genuinely mentally sharp, alert, like ideas were flowing and you could hold a thought for more than 5 seconds without losing it. When was it? And what had you been drinking that day?
Thanks for watching. Your comments are highly valuable. Like and share with your friends, and follow us for more like this.